Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and you have all signed in, so thank you so much. So thank you again for coming out tonight. Appreciate the interest in learning something new. My name is Buffy Donahue. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I'm board certified in complementary and alternative health, and so I am completely on the natural side. My background is not medical. We have a gift for you tonight, which is in the form of information and education. And what you choose to do with that is all your own. So it's going to be informative, educational, interactive, and we have a lot of fun activities. So with what we're going to teach you about, we have some hands-on activities, and so you'll get to play around with and try some of what we're going to teach you about tonight. So and I pardon my notes, I've just changed everything up, so I've got a new format here, and I'm showing the new folks that are in this. It's okay just to have some notes and rely on that as well. So why are you here, right? Some people come, you have no idea why you're here. Your friend just said, come learn about this. Somebody just invited me, and that's great, and I'm so glad that you were interested in coming. Some people come because they want to be proactive about their health. Or they're an athlete and they've heard about the Olympic athletes or the elite athletes, or even some of our elite animals that are using this, and people who are raising prize-winning plants. It has a broad spectrum of application. Some people will come because they are on their way into a medical, health, pharmaceutical, optometry, some sort of or dental program, and they want to know what else is out there on the horizon that maybe I can build into my practice. And then other people are bored in retirement and they want to do something that has an impact, and that's I'm not bored in my retirement, but I want to have an impact and I want to do something that really has a purpose. So that's why most people will find themselves here, and then you'll hopefully send someone and say, you've got to know about this, because it is so important. It's as important as the discoveries of DNA and penicillin. And while someone may not have needed penicillin at that moment, they might need it somewhere down the line, or their friend might need it. So that's really the premise of what you're learning about tonight as well. So let's see. Show of hands, how many of you have heard of redox signaling molecules? You have, excellent. And you are pre-med, or you're already in medical school, right? Okay, and so have you been learning about reductants and oxidants, or have you been learning about redox as a standalone science?
Not redox as a standalone science.
Okay, so hopefully you will get there, and I'd love to stay in contact with you to find out at what point in the education you will. So that'll be really good for me to know. I had not heard about it either in my schooling, and I was introduced to this in 2018, and I'll tell you a little bit about that as we go further along. So what we have, this has come so far, and this was this technology came on the market in 2009. So it's been growing wonderfully. We are in, I believe, 35 countries now around the world. And it is all word of mouth marketing, because we turned down an offer from a pharmaceutical company, and I will get into that in just a little bit. But what I want to let you know is we have become so strong and so successful with getting the word out that we now have tools that we've created for a doctor or a practitioner to have some videos on a loop in their waiting room, so that their patients, as they're waiting, can learn about this and then can say, hey doc, can you tell me more about that? You just told me I've got this going on. Can this help? Do you think this would support me? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you one of those video tools that is being used in practitioner offices now. And so what practitioner means is physician, osteopath, naturopath, acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractor, whatever. So you will hear him say, and grandchildren, you'll see them in just a second, maybe. So you'll hear Dr. Silverman say, refer to practitioners, and that's what that means. He's trying to get the whole umbrella category of everybody. All right. Let me see here. Pardon my delay. I seem to have technical difficulty when I come in here. And maybe it's because I turned the TV off. It's good to laugh with yourself. Let's see, getting closer. Okay, there's two of my three.
Sweet.
That was the morning we got to meet number 3. Okay, so this is Dr. David Silverman, and we will play this, and then we'll get back to it.
Hi, my name is Dr. David Silverman. I'm real happy to take a couple minutes and talk to you. You are obviously proactive about your health. You are taking control and not just looking at traditional allopathic means, taking medications and surgeries. That's my background. I was a foot surgeon, board certified foot surgery, and own my own practice. I don't do that anymore. I've come into the world that you're in right now, which is the world of help finding things that help the body take care of itself, really. And Western medicine is kind of behind on that. But your practitioner has aligned themselves with a cutting edge technology with a biotech company that it's a breakthrough. And I was introduced to it 12 years ago. And the reason I looked into it was my dad was ill. So I was motivated to look into it. It is a breathtaking breakthrough. It's bigger than anything I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll be 62 in about a month. Feel like I'm 25 because of this breakthrough. It's called ASEA Redox. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details here. And there's a gel version of it. And both of them are remarkable because it's something that's inside of us. This is inside of you, but you have more of it. It's called redox signaling molecules. You had more of it in you when you were younger. And when we're younger, we're more vibrant. We heal faster from injuries. You don't see a lot of diseases in young people. And what this product does is it amplifies signaling in the body. So you produce less and less and less, and I'm 60 years old. I used to produce this much, now I produce this much. I drink this, I raise my levels up to what they were before, and it enhances communication. It makes it so our cells can hear one another. It's very important. If cells are damaged by, normal cells are damaged by trauma, they gotta be replaced with good ones. They're old and worn out, they gotta be replaced with good ones. They're mutating, they're gonna become something terrible, they gotta be gotten rid of and replaced with good ones. This doesn't cure you or heal you, redox molecules. It just amplifies the signaling so that all of your healing systems can hear, including your immune system, can hear when you have bad cells. Non-toxic, can't hurt anybody. I'm not going into total details with this, but it is safe as water and it comes with a money-back guarantee. But validating it is key. And fortunately, there are different ways to validate it. Some people will validate it looking at studies, which there are, double-blind studies. Some people will validate it with a biowell machine, which is very self-evident that this works with a biowell machine. They're looking at before and after photographs, taking your own pictures before and after of your skin and watch how you look younger, or skin areas of irritation and watch what happens. Baselining everything in your health, energy, sleep, mood, memory, ringing in the ears, blood sugar, just where are you today in your health? And you start drinking this, and there's a money-back guarantee, and you just track your progress. That's how you validate it. But there's a way that you could validate it today, okay? Depending if you have this problem, which a lot of people do. If you have anything that's hurting you, ask your practitioner to take the gel, Renew 28, the same thing as the drink, but in a gel form. It's technically marketed for anti-aging. In all 33 countries in which this is available around the world, both of these, this is considered quote-unquote a cosmetic product. But what I'm about to say has nothing to do with cosmetics. If you have anything that hurts you, tell your practitioner to do a 10-minute test. Literally, 10 minutes, that's it. Tell your practitioner, hey, my neck hurts on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 5. Hey, my hand hurts, it's a 1. Hey, my hand hurts, I can't close it, that's an 8. Hey, my shoulder won't get above here, it's a 10. My knees hurt, I do a deep knee bend, I can't come back out without it hurting. Give your practitioner a baseline as to where you're at. Take the gel, which is clear. It's literally made from saline because our cells make this from saline. This is patented, there's IP on this, but it's clear. Can you see that? And it's marketed for anti-aging. This is what it's marketed for. I mean, most people don't think that I look like I'm 62, but the fact is I feel like I'm 25 because I drink this, right? This is more, the cells on the inside of your body are much more important than the cells on the outside, but if you look younger, great, that's a nice bonus. But ask your practitioner to do a little test, it'll only take 10 minutes, and you'll see that he or she is gonna have you rate your discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. Apply the gel 3 times in 5 minutes. And by the 10th minute, see how you feel. And I think you'll be pretty stunned. And then they can explain to you how to get the product from the FDA registered production facility. This product is produced in the US, shipped to 26 distribution centers around the world, 33 countries. It's all produced in an FDA registered production facility in the United States. And you want to get fresh, authentic product. There's counterfeit product already showing up. It started in Europe, now it's starting here. But they can show you how to get the product with a money-back guarantee. You know it's fresh from the FDA registered production facility, it's not counterfeit, and then you can be on your journey to wellness as well. So I hope this is very, very helpful to you.
So the first question that you may have is, why haven't I heard about this? And that's honestly the biggest question that people have. And we haven't heard about it because it's not in stores. It's not in the general way that people will buy things, because this is just through network marketing. And the reason why we are is because this was created by a biotech company. And what they were doing was they were trying to figure out how to stabilize what this was. They couldn't stabilize it beyond a couple of minutes. And so there was no application for it, but they knew they had something. These scientists knew they had something. So they ran out of money. One of the board members bought the IP and the patents for it, and he went out and he found one of 3 atomic medical physicists in the world, and he said, do you think you can help me with this? And so this gentleman said, let's give it a shot. So he did. He was able to stabilize it, and so they took it, they did a beta test group, and so they got 40 people, and most of them were just from church members, and they were in serious health issues. And so they said, if this has a perceived health benefit and it may not taste very good, do you want to try it? And you can have as much as you want and just give us your feedback. So they all said, sure, we got nothing to lose. Non-toxic, it's safe, sure. So they all tried it, and when they came back to ask them, they all sheepishly said, we liked it so much that we were sharing it with other people. They shipped it around the world, and it turned into 120 people that were using it. So they knew word of mouth was working already. So, but what happened was they knew this, we have something here, this really works, people like it. So they took it, they flew, and they got in with a pharmaceutical company, and they said, do you want to buy this? Big Pharma said, yeah, we do. Here's a nice fat check, but you got to take it out of the hands of everybody that has it. And he says, well, why? People need this. Well, people find things every day, they'll find something. When they heard that, they realized they had no intention of bringing it to market, right? So it was going to be shelved. So they pushed the check back and said, no, these people need it. They're our friends, they're our family, other people need it. And so Vertus Norton, who's the founder, came out of retirement in his 70s, and he brought this to market. And so he was advised, this has already worked in word of mouth, so bring this in network marketing, and that's why we're in this space. And so you will only hear about it mostly from someone who has learned about it and someone who is taking the time to share it. You will find it. There are people that are unscrupulously selling it here and there, but that's what he said, not authentic, doesn't have a money-back guarantee, all of those good things. Whereas anything that would be purchased through an authorized member, such as ourselves, it would be shipped directly from the FDA-registered pharmaceutical production facility. So we are going to do an activity in a moment after. I'm going to show you one more video, and then we'll do an activity after that. And this video is at a website that you're going to be able to go to later, and so this is password protected, and we'll let you have this password. But what you're going to do is we're going to watch this. It's just under 10 minutes, but when we're done, these are the testimonial categories over here that someone can look at later. So these are all the categories that you'll be able to look at later if you want to see some testimonials. And then mine is here under health professional. We're going to look at this one for just a few minutes, and this has great information on science, and this is going to be great for you.
Hello, my name is Alan Noble. I've been involved in the health and wellness industry for over 30 years, and I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to introduce you to a cutting-edge health technology that we call ASEA Redox. ASEA Redox represents a new category in health and wellness that for 2 decades science had declared was impossible. It could not be done. And yet today, health and medical experts around the world are calling ASEA Redox one of the single greatest health science breakthroughs of our lifetime. Now, a great place to get started is to get clear on what ASEA Redox is not. It's not a vitamin, a mineral, an antioxidant supplement. It's not an exotic juice, essential oil, or a CBD oil. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. I'm just saying they're not ASEA Redox. This technology goes beyond nutrition. It goes beyond ingredients, and yet it has the power to impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. For many people, ASEA Redox is the missing link to better health and vitality. Now, to understand this technology, you've got to realize that your body is the most complex communication network on Earth. Every second of every day, your cells are signaling and communicating critical messages for health, healing, and repair. If there's any breakdown in that signaling, you cannot achieve your full health potential. You see, this signaling impacts every system, every organ, every function of your body. You could say that if your cells can't signal, then little else matters. Now, you've probably heard it said that we live and die at this cellular level. If you want a healthy heart, have healthy heart cells. If you want healthy lungs, have healthy lung cells. Well, as science looks deeper inside your 75 trillion cells, they've discovered a very special set of molecules called redox signaling molecules. These are the molecules that you make that are absolutely foundational for healthy cell signaling throughout your body. However, here's the challenge. With age, diet, stress, toxins, we begin to make less of these redox signaling molecules. And it's about 10% decline every decade. So by age 50, you've about half the signaling that you had when you were younger. And as a result, things just don't work like they used to. You begin to see, you begin to feel the effects of aging. A simple example, imagine your home's on fire and you call the fire department. And they're there with the big red truck, the firefighters, the fire hose. They've got everything they need to put out this fire. But what if you have a bad cell signal? They don't get the message. They don't know what the problem is, where the problem is, how serious the problem is, and your home goes up in smoke. Well, it's the same with your health. So let me ask you a very powerful question. What if? What if you could amplify and clarify this critical cell signal and empower your body to work like it's supposed to? That would be a game changer. So introducing ASEA Redox, the world's first and only cell signaling supplement powered by high energy redox signaling molecules. And since this technology is backed by 7 patents and over 1,000 trade secrets, there's no other supplement like it in the world. Now, not only is ASEA Redox a cell signaling technology, but it also signals at the profound depths of the genetic level. In an 8-week study, it was found that drinking ASEA Redox could increase 5 important gene signaling pathways by up to 31%, positively impacting 5 major areas of health: immune function, inflammatory response, cardiovascular health, digestive health, and even hormone balance. It's also been shown that ASEA Redox significantly impacts the NRF2 pathway, which is the master switch that signals the production of the most powerful antioxidants known to man, including the master antioxidant, glutathione. Now, 2 separate university studies show that ASEA Redox increases NRF2 activation by up to 60%, resulting in an increase of glutathione production by up to 55%. So although ASEA Redox is not your traditional antioxidant supplement, its impact on antioxidant health is nothing short of astonishing. Now, this is just one key on the ASEA piano. ASEA Redox is much more than an NRF2 activator or an antioxidant supplement. Remember, signaling impacts every system, every organ, every function of your body. If your cells can't signal, then little else matters. So at this point, let's hear what health and medical professionals are saying about the ASEA Redox breakthrough.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. You can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough. This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
So hopefully you're beginning to see why this technology is being hailed as one of the most significant health science breakthroughs of our lifetime. It's empowering people to feel better than ever before. For many, it is the missing link to better health and vitality. And it's not just health. Athletes are experiencing improvements in endurance, strength, and recovery, beating personal bests and breaking documented world records. In a university study, mice drinking ASEA Redox for only 7 days ran 29% further to exhaustion due to significant metabolic shifts in their bodies as they started to burn more fat as fuel. And so amateur athletes all the way to Olympic athletes are enjoying the ASEA athletic advantage. Now, after another 5 years of research and development, the scientists behind ASEA Redox were able to develop Renew 28, a topical gel that is infused with these powerful high-energy redox signaling molecules. So you've probably heard it said that seeing is believing. Well, when Renew 28 is applied to the skin, it results in a healthy, clear complexion, tighter, younger-looking skin, while dramatically reducing wrinkles, stretch marks, cellulite, and many other signs of aging. It also improves skin cell renewal rates and increases skin cell blood flow. We also discovered that when you apply Renew 28 to anywhere that hurts, ideally 3 applications in 5 minutes, over 90% of people notice a significant reduction in their discomfort. Now, I do want to point out that we've continued to expand our range of redox signaling products to include an intensive redox serum for those little trouble spots, and then more recently the redox clay mask, combining our redox signaling gel with an ultra pure bentonite clay. And so headed up by the big blue bottle, this is our cell signaling product division. However, we have 4 product divisions in total. We offer a very clean and effective skincare system called Renew Advanced, high quality bioavailable nutritionals called ASEA Via, and more recently, fun functional beverages called Cell Performance that address fatigue, brain fog, stress, as well as a vegan amino acid formula that helps your body build its own valuable collagen. Now, of course, the purpose of this video was to introduce you to our remarkable cell signaling technology. Now, we have other videos and websites that go a lot deeper into this health science breakthrough. But for now, I would encourage you to explore some of the other videos on this website. This is where you're going to hear how this technology has impacted people's lives. And some of these stories are absolutely astonishing. Real people sharing real redox results. So this is Alan Noble thanking you for your time today, and bye for now.
Okay, so if you take some time to look at this later, you will land on this home page, and once again, all of these categories are ones that you can open up, but I'm going to show you my favorite, which is number 9. And Pat had some very significant health challenges that a lot of us have in our families at the moment. And her story is astounding. And that's the only one we're going to do. And then you can look through some of these later if you choose to do that.
So Pat, you and I go back almost 11 years, and it's been quite a journey. I remember making a phone call to you, and I believe the words I said, you remember them better than I do, is, "Hey Pat, I find what you're looking for." And that was in June of 2009, so almost 11 years ago. You're on this product as long as anybody. So could you tell us a little bit, Pat, about where you were when ASEA kind of crossed your path when I made that phone call, and kind of some of the transformations that you saw in your life?
Sure, I'm happy to, and I thank you for asking me on. I had a memory challenge. I had many things, but that was the most pressing and depressing thing. Both of my parents had suffered from this challenge, and I felt like there was no answer for me. And I also had really bad discomfort that went down the hip, down the side of my thigh, to the shin, to the top of my foot. For 8 years, nobody could get rid of it, but they wanted to put me on narcotics. And so I am a praying woman, and I prayed. I said, I want something natural, God. You know where it is. Either lead me to it or send it to me. I just don't want to go on these drugs. And 2 days later, because I said, you know where it is. I don't know where it is. You know where it is. And you know what I'm looking for. And so 2 days later, Alan Noble called me out of nowhere, and the first words out of his mouth were, "Pat Gillis, I found what you're looking for." It was almost eerie because I knew what I had said. So in my heart, I knew that God had sent him to me. He may not have realized it, but I did. And so I tried the product, and in 4 days, the challenge that went down my leg for 8 years. And for the first time in 8 years, I slept a very restful sleep. It was just amazing. So I said to my husband, we can't afford this. We got to sell this because I can't go back to that. I can't go back to that. And I stayed on it, and I've been on it 10 years, almost 11 years, and I've never had it since. That challenge on my leg was gone in my back. And then I had another challenge that was very pressing. With this memory challenge, I would do crazy things. The refrigerator door would be standing open, water running in the sink. If I went to the refrigerator, I couldn't remember what I went for. It got so bad that I went out in my car. I was going to go to Milford, 8 miles away, and I got in my car. It was about 90 degrees out. And all of a sudden, I would phase out and phase back in at this time. And so I came to myself and I thought, oh, it's so hot in this car. What is it doing so hot in this car? And I opened the car door, and the 90 degrees out of the side of the car felt like air conditioning coming in my car. I almost cooked myself. And then I realized I was sitting in the passenger seat waiting for the car to take me to Milford. So I came back in the house, and the water was running and the refrigerator door was standing open. And I just cried. I was just devastated because I knew there was nothing to help me. That's what everyone was told. So I stayed on this because at least I didn't have to suffer this, this issue down my leg. And in 3 months, I asked my husband, do you see a change in me? I don't have these floating moments anymore. It was like my body was moving faster than my brain. It would scare me. I would lose control. And he said, I have noticed it, but I didn't want to say anything in case you had noticed it. And he didn't want me to think that he felt bad. He didn't want me to have this. Of course he didn't. He's a very good husband. So the next day, my sister called me, and she said, I don't know what that stuff is you're drinking, but it has given me back my sister. And since then, I have written 3 books on Amazon on my memories. Yeah. Just amazing. And I am very, very happy to be able to cuddle and love my grandchildren. Very, very precious things that I would be missing at this time. And I have been myself now for almost 11 years. It took about 3 months for me to fully come back, but I came back and I've stayed back, and I just thank God for the day that Alan Noble called me. I really do.
There's your 3 books. First one, You Ask God for What, and your other 3 books. And it's amazing to me, these are based a lot on your memoirs through your life, that somebody couldn't remember why they were in front of the refrigerator or sitting in a car waiting for it to drive itself. And now here you are writing books based on memories. I think that's pretty amazing. Hey Pat, so that all happened kind of in the first 3-4 months or so,
Yes.
but you've been on the product for almost 11 years now. And funny, we were just talking and you told me something new I didn't know, that even over the last, particularly the last 8 years, you've seen continual changes. Just want to share quickly kind of what you were sharing with me.
I had issues with my bowels. Nobody likes to talk about that. That's the forbidden conversation, but it was terrible. Profuse bleeding even, and that has all disappeared. After about 3 years, 2 to 3 years, that disappeared. I've never had the issue again. And then all my life, I had a thyroid deficiency. And thyroid, because that makes a big difference in a lot of your body. And it had been 35 years that I had since I had a healthy thyroid reading. They do a blood test, And so for the first time in 35 years, 2 years ago, I had a normal thyroid reading. And I'm not even on thyroid medication. I refused to take it because it made me feel bad. So
you were on ASEA for 8 years, and it was improving. You were telling me it was improving little bit by little bit by little bit. Yes. By the 8th year, for the first time in your life, you had
it's measured perfect now.
And you also lost a little bit of weight over the last 10 years, haven't you?
I have. You wouldn't believe.
Can we tell them?
I lost 153 pounds over the last 10 years.
Quite incredible.
Just amazing.
Quite incredible. Well, look, I really appreciate you sharing, Pat. It's been an amazing journey with you. I love hearing your story. It's amazing to think a decade has gone by since we had our first conversation. But
since you saved my life.
You're very kind. It's an astonishing technology, and I appreciate you sharing it. I do want to stress to everybody, of course, ASEA is not a treatment or cure for any disease or condition. Really, our product does nothing. We're simply feeding our body more of these powerful molecules and letting these molecules signal and communicate with the body. The body is the miracle. The body's the miracle. And if we can give the body the right resources, it's amazing. It's amazing what can happen. So thank you, Pat, for sharing. Very, very much appreciated. I'm sure everybody loved hearing your story here today. So thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
I love her story because that's in all of our families. Neurological decline is becoming such an epidemic in the country that it's just horrendous. Welcome. I'm so glad you could make it. I'm glad you got here safely.
Thank you.
And I can bring you up to speed at the very end, so I know that you've missed the basic concept, but this is something that is native to the body, and it wakes up the communication. So in a nutshell, our body has a communication system and it's the trillions and trillions of cells that send a distress call to the immune system. Help me. I'm in disrepair, or I'm misbehaving. So the immune system will then send back one of two messages: repair or replace. That's all it sends back. And so then the body gets to decide in the order of operation that it need, or in the order of importance that it needs to, what it's going to do. And so this is the same thing. Like if you have a cell phone and you open it up, you don't have any communication ability until you choose a cell provider. And then if you're out in the Sahara Desert and you fall down, you can't call for help because you have no bars of service. When our body gets into a state of no bars of service or 1 bar, that's why the immune system is not repairing things. It's not hearing the call for help. It has no GPS to locate it, so it's basically on vacation. So that's the space of where we are. So you've just been caught up, hopefully, a little bit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do an activity, and Jennifer, if you can come on up here and help. We're going to do the gel demo that Dr. Silverman mentioned, which is, we have two demonstrations, and Jennifer, you can go ahead and tell them about it, and then I will help you if you want to bring
Okay.
it.
Does anybody have something that hurts? Is that what you want
Yep.
to start with? Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything that hurts right now?
If you do,
at this
raise your
very
hand if you
moment?
can put a number.
Yes.
That you could put gel, you could, maybe like your elbow hurts, or your neck hurts, or,
Oh, it's my knee.
okay?
Can you get gel on your knee?
And
Can you
on a
get your
scale
face
of
leg up?
1 to 10, 10 being like, it's excruciating, and what number would you
It's
give it?
Probably 4 or 5 while I'm sitting, but then when I stand back up or stop moving, it goes up higher.
Okay. And what about you, Dee Dee?
At the moment, no. I don't have anything hurting
Okay.
right now.
That's
Good for
fine.
You.
You don't have to
Let me stand
apologize.
up.
What about you, Howard?
No, I don't.
Okay. Maybe, Howard, would you be willing to do a different kind of test with me with the gel? Okay.
Excellent.
Do you want me to use the sample gel that I brought for him? Or-
We'll use
or-
mine
okay.
for Linda, and then do you want to get a second spot to see if she has two?
Second spot.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have anything else besides your knee?
Anything else that hurts?
Well, I had surgery on my hand last week. It's hurting just a teeny bit, but I can't put anything on the inside of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you put
Okay.
I can put it on the top.
And on a
Yeah,
scale
and
of 1 to 10, where is it at right now?
Well, my hands hurt all the time because
Okay.
there's arthritis in it. So
Okay.
I would say maybe a 2 at the most right now.
Okay.
2 out of 10
Yeah.
for your hands.
Mhm.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. So, Buffy, what gel would you want me to use for the strength test?
For the strength test, you can use this one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like reflexes. It's not like a tug of war or an arm wrestling match that
Right.
It's just your own reflexes and strength. So if you don't mind coming up here.
Sure.
All right. So we're gonna do it before gel and then after. Can you stand right there?
Okay.
I'll come out of the
Face
way.
me. Okay. So you go like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just gonna press up
Okay.
on your hands. Okay. Right. And then the basket test, you go like this. Okay, I'm just gonna press down. All right, and then do we want to do a balance test?
Do
or
the
just,
do the
just
flexibility
okay.
one.
Turn
Yeah.
around, and then
Like this way?
yeah, put your thumbs facing up, and I'm going to bring your arms back.
So don't resist. She's going to see how
Yeah, and just
flexible you are.
until,
Tell her
like,
when.
Tell me when you want me to stop.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm not very flexible.
Yeah. Now,
I was
You're like
really
this far
nervous.
from
Okay.
touching. That was good.
what did you notice in your body? Anything like? Did you?
Main thing was on the flexibility test.
Okay.
It caused some pain in my back right back here, right when
Okay.
you were pulling on it.
Did you, okay, did you notice your feet when you, because your toes came up a little bit, did you recognize that you were
Were
compensating?
you looking?
I
Because
was
okay,
watching.
okay.
Oh no, I did not.
That's
pay
okay,
attention to that,
that's
yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. All right.
All right, now I'm gonna shake it because that helps it to gel up.
Mhm.
It's just the redox signaling molecules in clay.
Okay.
So you put a blueberry-sized amount on the back and front of your neck.
Yeah, take
Okay.
about a green pea size and
Okay.
Okay.
put a little bit, so let me come in here. So you're gonna put a little bit right here,
Uh-huh.
and then a little bit right there. You're just like, swipe it, swipe it, you don't have to rub it in,
Okay.
you're just literally just getting the application. There you go, yep, and then on the back. And then you can just rub the rest, rub it on your skin, don't waste it, yeah, cause it's all
Yeah.
good stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, now Jennifer's gonna try again.
All
Okay.
right, same thing. So
Oh, yeah.
this, all right. Okay, basket. And flexibility. All right.
Tell her when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Did you notice any difference?
Maybe slightly less
Okay.
pain in my back, but not.
Did you notice any difference in like your
The
strength?
strength test? No, I didn't
Okay.
really.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. All
Yeah.
right. And you
just
have
a strong guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're very well balanced. And do you have any range of motion issues? Well, you do, so why don't you go ahead and have him do, put more on your throat, and then, just put some up here on, what are these, your traps?
Mm-hmm.
Put some up there, and then walk him through the 3 and 5 with that.
Okay.
And then as we're sitting, so when we get ready to do the 3 and 5 in just a minute, because we're gonna do, Dee Dee's gonna do this as well, and then we'll walk you through the 3 and 5. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Would you like to do this, Dee Dee? It's up to you, but it's you know, it helps us just to see, you know, it's just an activity. You don't have to.
Seal off of it.
I don't know how far I can do on this though.
That's okay. So when you do it, you just tell her, oh, stop.
Yeah.
Because the intention is not to hurt you. The intention is to see, you know, do you get more flexible? Do you, does your balance feel stronger, better? And then, you know, we are then observing as well, like, you know, in the first one, do you fall forward and catch yourself? In the next one, you're like, whoa, you're a statue,
Okay. All right.
right?
I gotta come this
Yeah.
way. That cold.
All right.
So I'm just gonna kind of watch the toes,
Okay.
and then we're gonna watch to see.
Okay. Now the basket.
What was that?
Yeah.
Like that?
Okay. All right. Now the arms.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
This thing gonna be like his. His was almost touching. I'm old, so see, I don't have a big wingspan.
Is that it?
Yes, that's
Okay.
about it. And I felt pain in my arms, not in my
Okay.
back, but I could
Okay.
feel it here and here.
Okay. Now, do what Howard
Do what
did.
he
Put
did?
some-
Yeah, about a green pea size.
Is that good?
That's good.
Okay.
Swipe on the front, swipe on the back. Yeah. And then you can go ahead, you can rub the rest just in the front or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna watch the feet again. We're gonna see if there's the same compensation
All right.
or tilt.
Okay. How did you feel?
I felt a little bit better with balance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Same here a little bit.
Alright.
Mm-hmm. And then this. What was that? That's about it.
Okay.
Still pain in the arms.
So what did you feel any difference in the second time? I mean, with the gel.
No. Probably the same pain here, but maybe on this part, I
Yeah,
felt
you
like
were-
I was
yeah.
more stable with, like, I felt like
Okay.
I was moving the first time.
Okay.
And then I didn't feel a little less on the ones that puts the gel on. But it was no difference with the back press
Okay.
that we were doing.
Do you
Needs more
normally
time.
have neck tension, shoulder pain?
I do. I tend to have it on this side, and I think it's because I do office work and you sit all day and
Yeah.
using a mouse constantly, working.
Yeah.
And I think it just, at nighttime, it radiates up here at nighttime
Okay.
into my neck.
So when you go home tonight, do you expect that it's going to hurt tonight, just from your normal daily activities
Probably
you did today?
not, because I'm on vacation and I'm not doing.
Excellent.
doing- That's the only reason. That's why I'm saying.
Okay, sure.
When I'm not at work all day long, because I work anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day,
Okay.
and my job requires me at my desk. I can't get up and move around and get my job done. So I'm
Yeah.
a lot at my desk,
Sure.
constantly doing
Okay,
this. So.
fair enough. Okay, well, I want you to do the next demonstration as well, the 3 times in 5 minutes, because at the end of the evening, what we're gonna do is what Dr. David Silverman mentioned, apply it to an area 3 times in the course of 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes later or so, we're gonna see, do you still have discomfort? Where we can bring you back up and we can do this and we can see, do you still feel that? if you'd like to do that and see, because then because it helps us to be more flexible as well. Would you like to do the second demo as well, just to see if there's any difference in this too?
Am I just doing this again?
You're
Repeating
gonna,
this?
yep, so you'll sit down and then,
Okay.
because Jennifer's gonna walk Linda and then both of you through a 3 and 5, the application.
Okay.
And then at the end, we can come back up and see, was there any change for you with
Okay.
that?
All right,
Yeah?
that's fine.
Okay, so let me give you,
Have you continued to put the gel on?
let me make sure.
Oh, you.
Okay, no, we haven't started that
okay.
yet. So if you wanna come back up and walk
Okay.
everybody through that, there's one for you.
So Howard's already begun doing it. Put the gel on your knee,
Okay.
like a blueberry-sized amount, if you're
Okay.
able to reach it.
Shake it out.
Be sure to shake your little tube 3 times in 5 minutes. Like normally, if
So shake it.
you've been using ASEA for a while, you don't put things on 3 times in 5 minutes unless there's like something that happened, you know, because you're taking it internally, so that's getting to your cells that way too. But when you're introduced to it for the first time, if you put it on 3 times in 5 minutes, it can really signal your body to
Accept it.
to take action in that area.
Okay. Now where am I putting mine?
On your neck.
I would put,
Here.
yeah, here and then here.
Your carotid arteries are here,
Mm-hmm.
and
So here, both sides here,
Mhm.
and then here?
sure, and where
Okay.
your shoulders is where you said you felt tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, this has not been open. Is it okay for me to open it?
Yep, those are your gifts. So you get to take those home. So whatever's left will be yours to use however you wish when you go home.
Okay.
So go ahead, keep going.
Okay. While I'm standing up here, I guess I'll share what ASEA has done for me. So 5 years ago, I called my friend Buffy and asked her a question about homeopathy, and she answered my question, and then she said, there's this other thing you should know about. And so she proceeded to tell me about redox, and I didn't have any major health problems at the time, but I didn't want to have any either. So within a week, I was on ASEA. And here I'll just list the things that changed for me quickly. I had less tension in my neck and shoulders. I had carried tension in my neck and shoulders since becoming a mom, and it has lessened so much that I don't have to go to the chiropractor as often as I did before, hardly ever anymore. And I have better ability to cope with stress. I experienced better sleep right away, and I was dreaming more, which of course means deeper sleep. Better energy, and I had a corn on my foot for 4 years at the time that I began taking ASEA, and it had just always been there. And I would put on these medicated Band-Aid things that you can get to make them dissolve and go away, but it would always come back. And after a few months on ASEA, I realized it was gone, and it has never come back.
Oh, okay.
And I was newly pregnant at the time that I found out about this, and I drank 8 ounces of ASEA every day throughout my pregnancy. It was my 8th baby, and I had him at home. It was a very easy delivery. I didn't have any complications, even though I was 47 years old, 3 days shy of my 48th birthday. So I was what they consider a geriatric pregnancy. But everything went smoothly, and my recovery was great, and he's healthy. So
That's awesome.
trying to think if there's anything else.
Do the second application. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
Linda needs some on her
Put
throat.
some more gel.
On your throat too.
Oh, put some on my
Yeah.
throat too.
Now you're supposed to do 3 within 5 minutes, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, put it on, let it dry. Put it on, let it dry. Put
Okay.
it on, let it dry.
Do
Yeah.
my third now. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I was doing it right.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and share my testimony
All
now
right.
too.
Okay.
So I was introduced to this, and I had a tailbone injury, and I spent 5 years trying to resolve that tailbone injury. Nobody in Lynchburg was able to actually overcome that, and I went up and down the East Coast. The first year I was in physical therapy 3 days a week for a year, and my discomfort was anywhere from an 8 to a 10 on a 10 high scale every single day. That was how extreme my injury was. So for the other 4 years up and down the East Coast, and I spent probably $10,000. It still was excruciating. I stopped sitting down, but when I would sit down, I would accommodate and I would sit on my hips, so I threw my pelvis out of whack. So I was really hurting. Anyway, I went to a presentation much like this. They invited someone up to give a testimonial, really big, really, tall guy, and he says, I have 2 Super Bowl rings on. I've been to the NFL, I've been in the NFL. When I retired, I hurt so much that my family had to help dress me. I came to one of these, and I learned that this is non-toxic, it's safe, can't hurt you, and I thought, why not? And he says, I don't hurt anymore. So if that's you, I'm off the stage. Listen to what they have to say. It's like, I'm here to look at the skincare, but that just, that just made me pay attention. So I started this, and I am an anomaly. My experience was atypical, but in 8 days, I didn't hurt anywhere in my body. I couldn't explain it. I couldn't deny it, and I thought my clients deserve to know what this is, whether they want to do it or not, whether they want to bring this onto their health channel, program or not. They deserve to know it. Well, fast forward a year into drinking ASEA was year number 16 that I couldn't taste and smell properly, because I had been injured by a medicine that took away that ability, and that's a long time to not be able to taste and smell. But after that year of ASEA, redox molecules repaired that. We have no idea what your body is going to choose to help. We don't know, what you experienced, where you were growing up, what you might have been exposed to in utero, whatever. All of us have cells that are not functioning properly, so the body gets to decide. So let's see. So bringing back. So have you done your 3 applications? Excellent. Okay, and you 2 are both on what, like second application or so?
I got my 3.
Excellent. You got your 3. Okay, great. So we're gonna wait about another 5 minutes, and then we will circle back around. But let's see. Linda, your hand was about a 2, and for the purpose of me teaching, I'm videotaping this, Linda, so I hope you're okay with me doing that. I'm doing this for training purposes too.
Okay.
So, Linda, your knee was at a 4 to a 5 out of 10, and your hand was about a 2 out of 10 at the moment. And so, Dee Dee, if you could say what level of discomfort did you have when you were inflexible for your shoulders?
Probably about a 3. I mean, it wasn't excruciating or anything like that.
Okay.
Maybe a 3.
Okay. And then I forget, you don't have discomfort, but we're gonna see, what were we going to see? I'm so sorry, Howard.
That's all right. There was a little bit of discomfort in my back when we
Okay, and what number would you say that was when you did it?
Yeah, a 3 as well, I think.
Okay, all right, so we'll come back around and we will do that in just a few minutes. So let's see, bring this back over here. Well, hello there. That wasn't in the program. Not meant to happen. Okay, so let's see. Right, so now we get to taste it for anybody who wants to try it. Yes?
I'll try that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Jennifer, do you want to do this? Thank you. So what we're going to do is you're going to get a small sample of this. Are they stuck?
Really stick together.
You're going to get
There we go.
a sample of this, and when we're ready to do it together, what you're going to do is you're going to just put it in your mouth, and you're going to either hold it or swish it around like it's mouthwash. So this gets active, it activates on the tissues in the mouth. So we're swishing it around, which is why the dentist really has a, careful, just loves it when we go in for our dental visits, because there's usually a lot of great progress. And this is in a lot of dental practices. In fact, there's a dentist who has a really great book out there, and he's trying to get it into all dental offices because it's so profound. So what we do is for those of us who choose to bring this into our health program, we drink this twice a day minimum. So for general maintenance or for health improvement, the minimum would be drinking it twice daily. So you have your cup, so go ahead and put it in your mouth, swish it around, and in about 30 seconds, Jennifer will tell you to swallow. And then we're going to find out what you perceive the taste to be, which is actually, it's a smell. And there is one most common answer, and it'll be interesting to see if that comes around the table. So if everybody's health is in a different spot, we all have different chemistry ratios and applications, and so depending on where you are and what you've recently been exposed to, it may taste rather strong. When I get off of an airplane, my next serving tastes more like a metallic taste. Well, I've just been exposed to jet fuel
Go ahead and swallow.
and all of the germs and everything on the airplane and recirculating air. All right, Linda, do you taste anything?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though. It's not bad, but it's not good either.
Okay.
Kind of like old water or old watermelon or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's a first. All right,
I tasted
excellent.
like sea salt, like the sea,
Yep.
even the smell, and then like almost like chlorine though, like pool water.
Yep,
when I
that's
swallow.
number one. Most people say it reminds them of summer, like they've just been swimming.
Yes.
Howard?
As soon as I put it in.
Chlorine, yeah. So this is made.
She said it could taste differently. I don't know where you did.
It will taste different to everybody and depending on our redox balance. And so when we become balanced in our redox, when we amplify the signaling and we have enough floating in our cells, then most people can't even say what it tastes like, and it just tastes like mineral water or salt or tap water or nothing. I can't even say a taste of it. It just maybe just a hint of tap water, really. But anyway, so we drink this twice a day, and so for an adult, the amount is 2 ounces twice a day, and that's pretty minimum. For someone who has lots of health challenges or they really want to be proactive, they would do what we call the essential 6. So they would do 3 in the morning and 3 at night, and it comes with a little measuring cup. But this is made with 2 ingredients, as they said on the video, salt and water. And the reason why is because our cells, our mitochondria, only have 2 things. They have the saline in our body, which then that's what they make redox molecules from in the body. So every batch is sent to a laboratory that tests it to make sure that it is stabilized redox molecules. And it's a 3-day restructurization process from when they start with the salt and water and then the finished product, when it comes back. But if you're interested in the science, we have a website that you can go to and you can look at all of that. Because for a lot of people, this could just be an intro, and for a lot of other people, you're like, I want to bathe in it. Can I have some yesterday? So we recognize that everybody is in a different spot. Okay, let's see. We've done that. All right, so while we're waiting for the 5 minutes to come back, we're going to do our last activity, which is actually you being introspective and giving yourself a health score. So you're going to rate, you'll put your name and your date, and you will rate what your happiness level is in all of these values down here, because should you decide you want to make a change in your health, this is going to be your baseline benchmark number. So this is not for anybody else to see unless you want to share it with us and show it to us, that we can help to give you some suggestions. But this just gives you your own snapshot into where your happiness is with your health. And then how we can help you. So there's that. Do you need a pen?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And then when we're done with this, we will we'll come back to the board and check your numbers.
So you're rating between a 1 to a 10?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
actually 0 would be no problems, and then 1. So 1 is terrible, 10 is terrific, and then
You can rate somewhere in between.
yeah, and then 5 is okay, midline. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want us to do 1 or 10? Because I'm kind of confused.
Okay, so one is.
Oh, I didn't see that at the top.
Okay.
Excuse me.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I was
hon.
just reading the question, or
That's
and
okay.
then I didn't see it at the top. I apologize. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
For number 2, as far as the sleep question.
Yep.
So I have to take something to put me to sleep.
Okay. Then you would be more on the left-hand side, on the terrible side, because you can't sleep without a crutch, basically, or assistance.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I get there, I sleep good. But
Right.
That's after.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. But it's a manipulated sleep.
Yes.
Yeah. And your body is not deficient in a medicine to help you to sleep. So your goal would be to have no medicine and you just blissfully fall into sleep. Yeah.
That would be different.
Yes. Are you hot? Crazy. I was gardening all day today, so just what kind of gardening? Well, I'm doing however in here, gardening outside. So yeah, gardening and then Zoom calls, and running. Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you open that door? Want to stay open? Yeah, a little bit more airflow. Thanks. Move this back. Yeah, thank you. So we'll go ahead and get your numbers now and see if there's any change. Linda, your knee, is it still about a 4 to a 5, or is there any change? It's okay if there's not.
Maybe slightly. Because I mean it hurts in my sitting position, but I probably could really tell if I was standing up, like what the pain level would be.
Would you mind standing up and see?
I can do it.
Thank you. And I see you're pressing on your hand. Was your hand any better when you just got up? Did you notice any difference there?
I didn't notice any difference, but that might be a good sign too.
Would it normally hurt you to press on it to help yourself get out of the chair?
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about your hand. Is it still a 2?
Maybe not. No.
What number value would you put on it?
Maybe a 1.
All right, I'll take that. And what about your knee?
That's probably still a 2 or 3.
Well, I'll take that. From a 4 to a 5 to a 2 to a 3.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So Dee Dee and Howard, can Jennifer do the flexibility test on you, and we'll see. Do you still notice all of that same discomfort?
Sure.
Okay. Careful. No,
I think that's better.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's much better.
it doesn't hurt as much, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah, I
and
feel
you had a lot more flexibility. Yeah.
So
So
you're
you're just
touching your hands, but
it was, yeah. So your discomfort would
I would say
instead
a 1.
a 1, okay. Yeah, so that went from a 3 to a 1.
Sorry, my chair's moving.
oh, you're fine, honey. I can move it.
Tell
You're
Jennifer when
ready.
to stop.
Okay, yeah.
All right, we can stop. Not that it's hurting, but I just can't go no further.
Okay. That's fine, yeah.
So pain was less, but I'm just not flexible.
That's okay, not everybody is. Okay, so your number was a 3 for flexibility.
I'd say maybe a 2 or a 1. I mean, it didn't hurt in here like it did the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's excellent. All right. So what that did was we just gave your body more oomph, and so it just strengthens it a little bit, and but everybody has a different experience once again. So okay, so you have done your tracker, and so what I want to show you now is images, and this is going to give you a really, really good visual of some of the ways that this can help people and pets and animals.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is somebody's 4-legged lovey, and you can see here that there's something growing on it. This is abnormal cells, okay? Cells that are not behaving correctly. And then after using, let's see, what did they do? With using redox signaling molecules inside and out, so they had this, I believe this was a dog, a golden, drinking it and then using it topically. Now, here's another animal. This is a horse who had a viral issue that the doctor had said that would just need to run its course, and there's nothing you can do, and it's going to take quite a while. The owner chose not to do that, and the owner chose to, they were spraying redox on the muzzle 2 to 3 times daily. So what they did was they put redox in a bottle and then just sprayed it on, and then you can see that the body chose to resolve it by waking up the body, waking up the immune system, calling the immune system to say, hey, focus right here. These are...
You can spray it on.
I
didn't know you could spray
You
it
sure
on.
can. Mm-hmm. Yep. And these are my favorite photos, and this is not a mother and a daughter. It's the same woman. And she was 84 here, and she's 87 here.
Wow.
Living younger, longer, reverse aging. So the most important thing in this image is, yes, it's remarkable. Imagine if this were her lung cells, her heart cells, her brain cells. All of the cells that are in disrepair are getting the same signals to repair or replace. So this is the same. They're all on the different things. So these are images before and afters, and some of these are images that are from immune dysfunction that normally is not going to go away. This one is a double knee replacement surgery. This man is in his 50s. I can't see any scars on here, and 50-year-old people don't generally heal with no scarring. If you know what night vision goggles are, then you know the concept behind thermography. A lot of people choose thermography so they can see where they have inflamed areas, where they have excess heat. And so this is a hand before and after. Your hand, actually we didn't put it on there, but we put it on your throat, so that gets it up into the brain. You did? Okay. Okay, right. And then where we put it on when we have an area that hurts. And I'll show you a video in just a moment. This is our favorite researcher. So this is Dr. Marty, and he is a retired veterinarian, and he was a veterinary researcher. Well, he loves research, so he decided to research on himself. He put this anti-aging skincare on one side of his face, and you can see it plumped up, it got more full, it got more youthful, and it's definitely much younger than that. So his wife promptly said, please do the other side. So I'll pass this one around to you, and this one can go around this side. And let's see. That is pretty much that for the information. And so I'm going to go over some common questions that people have at this point that may be on the tip of your tongue. So people will, at this point, they may wonder, well, can I be allergic to it? No, No one can be allergic to it because it's innate. It is native to the body. We're already producing them. It's like it would be the same as saying, could we be allergic to oxygen, that we get oxygen? The body knows exactly what to do with it. Or if someone says, well, I'm on a low sodium diet, can I use this product? Well, there's no more sodium in a serving of this than there is in a couple of large carrots or a glass of milk. And I don't know anybody on a low carrot diet. Just saying. So, what about if I'm already, would it interact with my medications? It doesn't. And once again, it's already interacting with your medications because you already have it in you. And let's see, am I missing one, Jennifer? I think I got them all. Right, you can't take too much of it. It can't hurt you. So that's pretty much where that is there. And then before I get into the next very brief section, does anybody have any, and if someone says, can it help me with X diagnosis, X disease, whatever, we can't say that ASEA does anything. Redox molecules help the body, helps the communication system, so the body can see and the body can go and repair. We're not saying that it cures, treats, mitigates, prevents anything. But when your system is firing on all cylinders, when your body is working at the top degree, top amount, then that's kind of like what we would say when the magic happens. So are there any questions at this point?
So if you start it, it's something that you gotta keep doing the rest of your life to keep seeing the improvement.
That's an excellent question. Yes, but you don't know what you might need. So if you are taking it and you're hoping to help your body to be stronger for a health issue, like a friend of mine, she was in her 60s and she shattered her elbow. And so she drank more during that period of time to help wake up her body, and she would rub gel on it, and she was told that she would need surgery and pins and all kinds of things. She was able to avoid all of that.
Wow.
And she has they aligned perfectly. She didn't need to do anything. And so then she scaled back and she's doing just the general amount. So the best explanation is, if this was a glass full and your body has all of its faculties when it's full, but when we're in our 50s, we're only producing 50%. When we're in our 70s, we're only producing 10%. So it's natural that we would want to keep putting some in to amplify that. And everybody gets to decide how much they want to put back in. Like, how much do you want to put in your gas tank to get from here to North Carolina? I will not go a day without it personally, if I can help it, because I want my body to be on high alert to do what I need to do. But most adults will range anywhere from, say, 4 ounces a day, which is this is basically 1 bottle a week. And then if there's a health issue going on, or a person wants to be more on top of things, and just like, there's health issues in my family that I do not ever want to see on my health chart. So I drink more than just 4 ounces a day. So does that answer that question? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
But you never become dependent on it. Like,
correct.
Like, your body doesn't say, oh, because you're drinking Redox, I'm going to make less. Your body will always make
its own too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. We just make less and less and less. And what they have found out is, when we stop making it, we don't live 60 more seconds. It's that important. It's as important as breathing oxygen. Wow. So that's why this is such a huge discovery, that we can give it to animals, because people, plants, and animals all produce redox molecules. We have someone who is winning all the awards for raising prized orchids, and she's feeding it. She's giving it ASEA and spraying it. It's crazy, right? So this is a little gadget. It's called a nano mister, and you simply open it up. This is something I bought on Amazon, and not that I want to have, support Amazon sales, but you can buy these elsewhere. But this is, we can put ASEA and the gel anywhere on or in the body, with the exception, the gel cannot go in the eyes. But this can go anywhere on or in, and so we can nebulize it. And we can also use it, like when I have contact lenses in, I'll use eye drops, or I'm using this just to wet my eyes. I'm going to breathe it in here. And then if I had something wrong with my ear, or if I had a pet who's scratching their ear, I would put this in a nebulizer, put that cup over the ear, and just let it go in, right? Or a child who has something wrong with their eye, or an adult, put it in that little nebulizer or something like this, put the little cup over it. It's so, so versatile. So I'm going to pass this around, but this is very calming as well. So you can do this.
When my husband has itchy eyes in the spring, like people
I'll let you try it, Howard.
We're not supposed to say that.
Slide that down.
Called, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
This helps with that. Or if he comes home from mowing, comes in from mowing the lawn, his eyes are itchy, or anybody's eyes in our family.
Yeah. Yep, it's fantastic. So at this point, most people fall into one of several buckets. The first bucket is, I like it.
Push that down. This thing
here. Yeah, it's a pretty cool gadget. So most people fall into one of these buckets. They say, I like it, I want to try some. Do you have a bathtub size one that I can just slide into for the two? That's my mom. Another one is, I like it, I'm very interested, but I want to go do some more research and I'll get back to you. A third one would be, I like it, I want to get some at the cheapest cost, and I need to tell my family about this. How can I then share the word? Did you try to breathe it in? Yeah. Hold it out a little bit, and then bring it in. Yeah, that's not uncommon. You'll get used to it.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, there you go. And then the last category is, thanks for your time, it was enjoyable, but I'll see you later. So, once again, we have no expectations, but say, Howard, if you were to fall into one of those categories, do you fall into one of those at this moment?
I would say I would like to do more research first. I think with the field that I'm in and understanding what I understand, I'd like to know more about it.
Absolutely.
Scientifically.
Absolutely, yeah. You can go to discoverredox.com.
Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to do that too.
And redoxscience.com. And when you go to discoverredox.com, on the top left bar, you'll see ASEA Redox, and then right below that. So when you hover over it, when you go below that, you'll see ASEA Science, and you scroll all the way down, you're going to be interested in the metabolomics study.
Okay.
There's a metabolomics video, which is brilliant. You can find the full gene study there as well. Whoops, that's upside down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
He's interested in all that.
right. Yeah, and then Jennifer can give you more. Jennifer can help give you more places to go, but she can open up a 3-way chat, and then I can help to guide you wherever you need to go. But I can also get you on the phone with anybody on the medical professional board, and you can ask them some of the deeper questions you may have that we're not going to be able to answer.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah, Dee Dee, do you fall into one of those buckets?
I'm interested, but not sure if I want to purchase it tonight. I would like to talk with my husband about it. He was excited about me coming, and
Good.
he said maybe it's something we both can you try and help us both. He works a lot and has some little aches and pains, and like I said, we're both getting ready to hit 60, and he's like, I just don't have what I used to have, the energy and all that. So,
Feel younger longer.
yeah.
Right.
That's what this does.
Do you think that he would enjoy coming to one of these, or is this out of his comfort zone? Because you're
Not out
welcome
of
to
his
bring
comfort
him.
zone, but he doesn't even get off until like 8 o'clock at night. So by the time he gets off, he probably would not want to come and sit through an hour presentation. So.
How about if I send you a recording?
You could do that, yes.
Okay.
I could share it with
Okay,
him. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy to answer any of his questions too. Yeah. And what some couples will do is sometimes you start together, and sometimes one will say, "Oh, I'll start," and then we'll check it out, and then the next one can start. So, however, because The money back guarantee is on the first order up to 2 cases. So it might make more sense to start one of you first and then, you know, have the other one start after. So then, and we can talk about making sure that that's done right to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. Linda, do you follow the bucket?
But I also am curious about the cost of it.
Yeah, excellent question. Okay.
I was like, yeah,
Excellent question.
Depends a lot on cost.
Yeah, so the minimum that an adult body size would want to drink would be 1 case a month, and 1 case a month at the wholesale cost, which is when you put something on subscription to come the following month, that unlocks wholesale pricing. So the wholesale, the wholesale amount is $140 for 4 bottles for the month, plus your tax and your shipping. And then the gel, our prices literally just went up. So the gel is $43 wholesale and $54 retail with 1 purchase. So it really makes sense. Buy it wholesale, put it on a subscription. If you decide you don't like it, you cancel that subscription before it comes out. And that way you've spent the wholesale cost with because you set up your own login, your own password. They are not locked into anything. It's kind of like Amazon something on subscription. I can't believe I just said that. I don't like to promote Amazon. Yeah, thank you.
How long does that last?
You know, that's a great question. It depends on where you use it. If you're using it for anti-aging and you do it twice a day on your face, most of us will go through, you know, one of these a month, a month and a half. But if you're also using it on areas of discomfort, twice a day. So you would be rubbing it on your hands twice a day, and then probably your knee twice a day. And your hip. So on the smaller side, you could start with 1, and then just see how long does it, you know, how far do you get through it. And then if you wanted to have 1 at home and 1 at work, obviously you could get 2, you know, so that would be totally up to you. But now we do have a special offer that the company has just come out with, because the most common order is 6 bottles and then 1 tube of gel. So what they've done is they are giving us now the ability, and we call it the Essential 6, because if you find a video online that says do the Magic 8, the company has increased the concentration of it to help with cost. So 6 ounces now has the same benefit that we used to get in 8 ounces. So instead of buying 8 bottles now, we can buy 6 and get the same benefit. So, and then we're spending significantly less because they have given us a better price. So normally one case of this, 4 bottles, is $140, and then this is $43. But when you buy 6 bottles, you get this free, and then you get shipping free. So it's $215. So basically you're spending $17 more on that combination. And so that's an option. But you're welcome to start, you know, at the 4 bottles as well. And then play around with it and see. But you know, a lot of people will start with just the 6 bottles, and then they have a little bit of extra. Like for me, you know, when I'm getting ready to go on a plane, I'll drink a lot more. Or if I'm going to be in a conference, I'll drink more, so that I have a little bit extra. But totally, you know, we certainly want to be respectful of everybody's budget. We know that is really, really paramount. And once again, the wholesale pricing, there's no commitment. You have the login password. You turn it on and off if you don't need to. And then I also, let's see. So basically, where are you at? So as far as cost wise, did you want to think about it, or would you like to put an order together and I can show you different configurations, or because I want to help you and maximize the time that you're here for while I can help you too.
I think I want to think about it, but I'm almost there where I want to go ahead and make the purchase too.
Okay.
But I tend to like to sleep on things
Of
first.
course. Of course. Well, we can talk tomorrow too.
Okay.
I mean, we are not here to rush you. We are here just to spread the word. And then, hopefully have you bring other people back to learn that it's, there's no high pressure, it's just an opportunity. And it truly is an opportunity because we need help getting the word out. We truly, truly do. We're in, I think we're in 35 countries by now, because we just opened up Indonesia as well. And and Malaysia. But we definitely need the help. So if you know anybody who's entrepreneurial, please tell them about this. It is such a good opportunity. It's still very much in its infancy. And especially in our city, we're looking for people who would like to be part of something that's really important and really beneficial and impactful. So, and I mean, who doesn't know someone who's doing Uber or whatever? And you're not changing lives doing Uber, right? You're increasing your pocketbook, which that's important. I mean, now more than ever, it's very important. But because I'm doing these every Tuesday at the moment. And then different times a year we'll do them. I mean, I do them on Saturdays, sometimes I do them on Thursdays, sometimes, but depending on, the interest level that ebbs and flows. But I do these in different locations. And so you would always be welcome to just send people here and we can teach them and we'll take good care of them and not pressure anybody. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
How soon, and I know everybody's different, but how soon should you see some results?
Excellent.
This.
Great question. Okay. Excellent question. So I went out to lunch one time to buy some Pampered Chef from a new lady that I met doing Pampered Chef. And she had a shoulder issue, and I have permission to share this. She'll tell us in just a second.
Hi, I'm Virginia from Virginia, and Buffy just showed me this wonderful product, Renew 28. I could not raise this shoulder any higher than this. Now look. Amazing!
So she actually needed surgery, and she has not gone through with that surgery. Let's see, this is a nurse practitioner who came to one of my events, and she was kind enough to give me this video, and she said I have permission to share it. So she had great abdominal discomfort with an issue, and then her back was just screaming at her. 9 people out of 10 will notice something different. That means that we always have that 1%.
With that 3 and 5.
With the 3 times in 5 minutes application, or with the strength and the balance test, but usually it's the 3 and 5. But what that does is that is a kind of like a front loading, meaning we're doing a lot. This takes longer for most people. For me, it only took 8 days. Okay. Most people, 90% of people will notice something profound in 90 days.
Okay.
So 15% will notice something profound in 30 days, as far as statistics go. Okay. But so this is, she's a nurse practitioner, and this is her experience.
My name is Tracy Cheatham, and I just came in for the presentation tonight, and my back pain was at an 8, and after trying the product, it is no longer there, which I'm amazed at, and my stomach was at a 6, and it currently is at a 3, and I'm just absolutely amazed at how well I feel.
Phenomenal, thank you. And what is your profession, Tracy?
I'm a nurse practitioner.
And has you ever seen anything like this that's so fast and not toxic?
Absolutely not. It's amazing.
Everybody's different, and we all have a different experience. Okay. But yeah, so does that help to answer your question?
It does.
Okay.
Even saying, at least like 90 days, I mean, that's a fair
It's a fair test, exactly.
Yeah.
And really it's 90 to 120 days because, you would, and that's why we have this out to here, because cells turn over at different times. Mm-hmm. Your skin cells are going to turn over at different times than your liver cells. Yeah. Actually, that's why this is called Renew 28, because they found in the tests that the skin cell turnover was every 28 days versus like 90 to 120. When we get older, it slows down, which is why we look older as well. So then this does 28 days. that, hence the name. So I am going to pass out a survey, and if you would just please fill these out for me, that helps me to improve and to learn. Thank you.
One little tidbit about the gel. Even when it feels empty, don't throw it away.
Right.
Use the scissors to open it up. There's always going to be more in there.
Exactly. Thank you.
The lady sells me makeup told me that little tidbit because my makeup comes in this little tube, and she said, please don't throw that away without cutting that end off and swabbing that. And I was
right.
Like, oh, it's still so much makeup left up in there.
Right. Oh, exactly.
Yes, I was so impressed. I was like, okay. I didn't never thought about
that. Did you used to buy Avon little, and you got the little sample lipstick tubes, and you got a little lipstick brush? That's what that makes me remember. Thank you. So should you decide that you're going to order, please just, we will talk, and I'll follow up with the two of you, and Howard, Jennifer will follow up with you. And then what we ask is that, if we lose contact at some point, if you decide you're not interested at the moment and we lose contact, please don't buy online. Please come back to us so that we can help you to get the authentic product, and then that helps us to share more, and then to support you, because if you buy online, you don't know who you're getting it from, and then you don't know where they live, and and their level of knowledge of how to support you as well. But this is our business, so that would be great. But you would get a welcome packet, which I've designed. This has information on how to start using it, how to help walk you through with the tracker. There's video links on here of just a lot of good support, like what if I detox, or how to respond in different ways. And so there's a lot of good information here. And then we would go through walking through your health tracker to give you some tips too on how to use it, like for your sleep. I would give you some ways of using the gel before you go to bed and tell you how to apply it and where. And for you ladies, I have created a list with QR codes, and these are some of the different common bundle ways that people will order. So I stuck these on here. So when we talk, should you decide you want to order something, I may say, oh, look at the one with the green, and then I'll walk you through it. So this is for your convenience when you get home as well. And but I can also just send you links to whatever you want to look at as well, and Jennifer will help you learn more about, should you decide you want to talk about that too. So yeah, thank you. I have that's me, and then that's for the two of you. And you do. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So do you have any questions? Because we are done. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for coming out, giving us an opportunity to share this, that we're so passionate about, and truly just we just really want to help our community in Lynchburg. And truly, we do need help. So if anybody comes to mind, if anybody comes to your heart, or if you know of anybody in private practice that would be intrigued by this and is looking, has a holistic mindset, then I would maybe not send them information, because you can talk to Jennifer and say, what would be best? This is a physician, this is a DO, it's a dentist or whatever, and then she can tell you probably these 3 things in this order. Yeah, and then we can follow up.
The website that you got the videos from.
The ones that I played. That is just those are in an unlisted YouTube account. So you
I think he's talking about Real Redox Results.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay, realredoxresults.com.
Okay.
And then the password is lowercase redox, REDOX.
Okay.
That's the one where I showed the testimonials with Pat. So if you want to write that down as well, it's called realredoxresults.com. And the password is redox, REDOX. And then for your field, you'll want to look under vision. And then there's a couple of other ones that Jennifer, I can give you the numbers, or if you want to open up a group chat, I will give you some numbers, because I was just diving into doing more research into the issue that I was telling you about beforehand. Yeah. Okay. So really good results with that. So excellent. So the those gels are for you to use, and once again, shake it up before you use it. If you have an immediate discomfort, the best thing is 3 applications within 5 minutes. If you just have a nagging, it's always there. So for your hand, take about the size of a blueberry. So shake it up, put a blueberry blob on it, and then rub it on both hands twice a day.
Okay.
And then just one time, twice a day for your hands, and then on your hip, and then and so like tonight before you go to bed as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that you came. Thank you. So actually, let me see when. Let me schedule pencil in some times to follow up with the two of you that might be convenient.
Okay.
If you can glance at your calendar, and we can always change that if needed. And then Jennifer, if you want to see if there's a time you guys can set up.
Well, I'm going on vacation tomorrow at the beach, so I won't be back until Monday. I'll be back Sunday, but sometime next week will be fine.
Would that be better? Okay, because I could live vicariously through you. You can show me pictures of the window of the ocean if you're going to be in the ocean, because I would love that.
On the beach, I'll share that with you tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, come on, we're at the beach now.
I know, right? So I had a meeting last night, and one of our ladies that lives here, she's in Hawaii, and I said, Jackie, please walk outside and show us. And so she did. She walked outside, and she was showing us, and we're like, oh, that's amazing. So yeah, if you don't mind, while it's fresh in your mind, I'm happy to.
Well, I need to talk to my husband tonight. He won't be going to the beach with me, so like I said, I'll talk to him tonight, and just give us a few days. Like I said, if you want to,
I'll send you that video.
Monday evening or something.
Okay.
Monday or Tuesday evening, anytime after.
All right. So
6 is fine.
Okay, so I'm going to be back here Tuesday. So you want after 6 either night. So let's see here.
Any night is fine, really. Whatever's convenient for you. Just anytime after 6.
After 6, so
What do you plan to be doing with eyes?
8 o'clock Monday night. Would that work?
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay.
But
All right, let me go ahead and do this.
Because I still have medical school, so
And would you do it in admissions?
Okay, and what is your phone number, please?
434-221-0494.
Okay, and what's a good email for you,
Well,
Dee Dee?
then, like, we won't be there for
DD,
them if they
just
need
2
help
Ds,
or assistance.
Jones,
So,
Is there
34.
Yeah.
it's pretty
Comcast
good. Like, my
.net.
dad's still working and everything, but I mean,
Excellent.
they're 70,
Okay.
So in 10 years,
And do you
they'll be,
prefer
know,
text or
they may be
email?
needing some assistance. I don't know,
Probably
so.
either one, but text I'll see it sooner than I will sometimes email.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
no, I definitely.
Yeah,
thought
okay.
that.
Texting is fine, I don't mind.
Okay,
They're very
sure.
open to stuff like this.
Right, so I'll
But I
send you
think,
the
like,
video,
I would like
have
to
your
do a little
husband
more
watch it,
research
and then if
on
he's
it
like,
and
I'm gonna wait and see what happens with you, totally fine.
That's right.
Sometimes, you know, they're like,
Like, I'm
yeah,
definitely
baby, you go for it. What about you, Linda? When would be convenient for us to talk again? Because I know you have a really full schedule too.
Yeah,
This is
tomorrow,
amazingmolecules.com.
Okay.
call me, you could call me
And-
Thursday, well,
If you want to see how they make it.
cause I work
This
two
is a
jobs,
5-minute video.
so.
You want to send that
But
to me?
if you call me,
Whenever.
let's say
Yeah, and I'm just showing you
5:30
so you know
on
what
Thursday,
Okay.
I will be leaving my other job and heading to my other one.
Scientific
Okay,
evaluations.
Thursday night I'm doing another live event in a private home,
Okay.
which is available as well. If you
Okay.
decide you like
Here,
this
you
and
can
you
take
want
a
to have a
picture of
gathering
this
of Bible
if you
study
like
or
it.
book club or
okay.
whatever, I can do this in your home too or here. But so Thursday, if
Or you can call me Friday.
Perfect.
Friday, okay,
Yeah.
let's look at Friday. And what time did you say is a good window?
6 o'clock on Friday would be perfect.
Perfect. Okay, then let's get you on the 21st.
Uh-oh.
Let's see,
Wow, it's Friday the 21st already?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Excellent. Okay, so Friday, the 21st at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And did you want me to send you anything after this, or did you write down all of the
I wrote
details?
down. Yeah, I wrote down.
Excellent. Okay. All right.
I have used, as far as eyes go, you can, drop it, use an eyedropper, drop it right into your eyes.
Okay.
A lot
Stuff
of
like
people-
out of the
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah, I'll pass
Or
this around
this.
again. So let's go ahead and use what's in
It
there.
is very soothing. I have contacts, and so I've put saline in my eyes many times, and it's as soothing or more soothing than saline.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an eye cup. You know what those are?
Eye wash cup.
An eye wash cup,
Okay.
like in a first aid kit,
Yeah.
to wash your eyes if something gets in them. And there was one time when I woke up in the morning and I felt like there was a piece of sand in my eye, and I could not for life of me see anything in my eye. And it felt like that all that day and all the next day. And the third day I woke up and it was like, now it's to the point where I'm gonna have to go to the eye doctor because every time I blink, it hurts so much. I'm tearing up.
Yeah.
It's like, it's unlivable. I can't live
Wow.
like this anymore. I was thinking it would work its way out, And I finally realized, oh, I can use that eye cup and wash my eye with ASEA. And I did, and it was like, immediately, the feeling went away.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it
And it
totally
didn't
felt
come
like
back?
a piece of sand. No, it didn't come back.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
What
what do
I
you know
have-
about that?
It's usually from dry eye. Actually.
I get
Yeah,
that sometimes.
Okay.
And I get it in one eye, exactly what you just
Uh-huh.
described, and to the point that my eye just wants to close for some reason, like to preserve itself or something.
Yeah.
So I was
Protection.
driving, but then I also I was in a car wreck too, and so that's how I messed up my hip, and then my hip, because my hip was messed up, it messed my knee up, and so but
Yeah.
I also have this very sensitive thing with my eyes to sunlight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You had a bad concussion too.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I go get, the doctor said it was eye migraines. Have you heard of that?
Ocular.
migraines.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ocular, yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, I get those too. And sometimes I have to pull over and sit on the side of the road because both my eyes just want to shut, and I'm doing this. And it'll happen like when I'm driving.
Yeah.
And usually what happens is I'll turn my head real quick and the sun will hit me directly in my eyes, and that sets it off.
Okay. Okay.
I have a friend who just had that start happening to him recently.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, exactly.
I would put Redox.
I would put ASEA. Yep.
Yeah.
I would get a glass dropper bottle, brown or blue, because you want to protect this from UV light.
Like a brand new one. that you
Brand
buy
new
at the
one,
health food
right.
store.
Oh,
And then only put like a half a teaspoon in it, use it for the day, just keep dropping it all day long, keep it in your pocket, keep it next to your desk, use it all day long. The next morning, just take that eyedropper bottle, open it up, just pour it in your mouth, don't waste it, right? Swish it around, swallow it, shake out the bottle, put about another half teaspoon in, and do it the next day. So just fresh redox every day.
Oh, okay.
Right? So because we're not filling this in the pristine facility, right? Production facility, right? So even like, that's what I said, let this mister go around the table because I'm gonna drink that when we're done. So just go ahead and use, we're going to use it up, and then I'm going to open it and then just pour it in because
kind of weird.
I know
because missed it, and then she's going to drink.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it does sound kind of weird, I guess. So we also have these sports pouches. This is 8 ounces. So like this is what our athletes will use. Children who. So it's very, very common for children who are on the spectrum. They don't like a lot of things to taste. And so they appreciate this. And so they don't taste it, they don't smell it as much. So parents will have kids be more compliant and be interested in using it, but also we can teach them to plug their nose and go, squirt it in or suck it out. Because this has a one-way valve. This one you can drink out of. This one you cannot drink out of. You have to pour this into the measuring cup. So I'm just going to demonstrate. So yeah, we've just been using using this because it's I filled it right when you guys were talking. I put some in here, but anyway, because I don't want to waste it. So
absolutely.
I would. Well, it's actually almost gone. So usually I would do that, but for this purpose, I'm just gonna
put it on your skin.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And the reason you can't drink from the bottle is because your saliva will destabilize the molecules.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, so now with the next one, I'll just refresh it.
Gotcha.
So it's very interesting because, so there was an inspection at the FDA facility one time, and they came in and said, "Are you using our cleaning products?" And they said, "Yes, we are." And they said, "Well, we haven't found a hint of any bacteria." And they said, "Yeah, well, when we're done with that, we rinse it all with ASEA." So yeah, and we actually have an invitation from ASEA corporate that's happening in August for doctors. They can come. You can tour the production facility. You can see, ask any questions to any of the scientists. The medical board, but also the scientists will be on site. And we will have meetings with the corporate executives. So this is for someone who's had a full presentation, has had an experience with the product, and is thinking about bringing it into their practice or using it in some capacity for a business. So I don't make any assumptions, either way, but if that's you would be eligible to get an invitation. And so we have 4 spots in our group network. So the medical professional board member that's on our team, she's got 3 more spots left. And when they're, each of the people on the medical board get to bring 4 people. So if that interests you, or if you know someone who it has a holistic practice, or we can get them learning about this really quickly, and then maybe get them a seat if they're like-minded for that.
Yeah. And where is the facility?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
So this tastes like salt water from Salt Lake City. So let's just go ahead and get it out there. Yeah. Okay. So it's a great company, and they take really good care of us, and they have outreach. When we do outreach for it's called Advancing Life Missions, and we'll go into, say, Ecuador or Africa, and these are not countries that we are open in. So we do it's like a mission, but we'll go and we'll help build schools or orphanages or houses or things, or water wells, and that's part of our the way that we give back. And it's always in countries that we don't do any business in, so there's no ulterior motive for that. It's just purely how can we give back. And for those of us who choose to go on the trips, we fund it ourselves, and we go and we just want to help. So that's a really big thing. Plus we support Freedom 424, which you're familiar with in this area. And so we, in fact, our team, every year we raise money to help buy another dog. And it is so impactful. And, you know, everybody that I know that's part of this company just really has a heart for others and really just wants to help. And, you know, some of us have, like one of the doctors on here, she was a concierge doctor, and she's like, the income was phenomenal, but I can save lives and change lives this way and help more people, because if I tell you and you tell Aunt Mary and Aunt Mary tells Aunt Jane and Aunt Jane tells her daughter and her daughter tells her pastor, and she's like, I can never touch that many people in a day in my practice, but I can have that much of an impact, because then they'll get on the phone with me or they'll get in a Zoom with me. So she has that, you know. So with me, you know, if you decide to order it even as a customer and you want to tell somebody more, you know, we can do that. Or if you're interested in, you know, becoming on board, I will help answer questions. You know, for you, Jennifer would help answer questions, and me. And then, you know, we have contact with Dr. Hoffman, who's in Charlottesville, and Dr. Silverman, who's in Maryland. Dr. Silverman, the first man, the first one on the video, he's on our team, and he's one of the founding members of the Medical Professional Board. And his dad was dying, and he needed something to help his dad. And his dad, I believe he lived another 13 years, and then he passed away from something totally different.
He had bad cells.
He had bad cells that were, making more cells. And on that note, this can be made into suppositories to be put anywhere we need it. You get a little suppository maker, you put it in the freezer. It might be a little bit cold, but you wake up where you need it to wake up. This can as well. You know, you can freeze this into, you know, little shapes and put it where you need it, because this has no gel in it, so this may be more comfortable for a female. Anywhere on or in the body? Anywhere on or in the body except for in the eyes for this one. This can go in the eyes.
I have an otoscope, so I can see inside my kids' ears, because I want to be able to know what's going on in there, not depend always on the doctors. And one day my 6-year-old daughter was complaining that her ear hurt, and I looked, and sure enough, the one ear that she said was hurting was inflamed inside, you know, red, and didn't look like the other side. And I dropped some ASEA in her ears that day several times. And the next day I said, how do your ears feel? And she said, oh, they're fine. Wow. So you can put the liquid, drop it directly in.
Yeah, definitely. So just one last question. Do I have your permission to use this and share it for other people to learn from it, this video?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay.
We all want to share. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very informative.